the book of Acts, the early church was exploding with growth. Miracles, generosity, and bold preaching filled Jerusalem. But suddenly, tragedy struck. A husband and wife, Ananias and Sapphira, fell down dead in the presence of the apostles. And the question still lingers today, was God too harsh? Or is there more to this story? The church in Acts 4 was united in love. Many believers sold their possessions to support those in need. One man, Barnabas, sold a field and laid the full amount at the apostles' feet. His act of selfless giving inspired the whole community. But in Acts 5, Ananias and Sapphira also sold property, except they secretly kept part of the money while pretending to give it all. Their lie wasn't about the amount of money, it was about deception before God. Peter confronted Ananias. "You have not lied just to human beings, but to God." And instantly, he collapsed. Later, when Sapphira repeated the lie, she too fell dead. At first glance, this seems severe. Why would God respond so drastically to what seems like a small sin? But let's look deeper. This was the birth of the church. The message of Christ was spreading like wildfire. God was establishing a holy foundation for his people, a community marked not by greed or hypocrisy, but by purity and truth. If corruption had been tolerated at the very start, the church could have crumbled from within. This moment echoes Old Testament warnings: Nadab and Abihu offering strange fire, Uzzah touching the ark. Each time, God was teaching his people. His holiness is not to be taken lightly. Ananias and Sapphira's sin wasn't about money. It was about mocking the Spirit of God. They wanted the reputation of generosity without the sacrifice. They were building their image, not God's kingdom. So, was God too harsh? No, he was protecting his church. He was reminding believers then, and us today, that his presence is real, his Spirit is holy, and he sees what lies hidden in the heart. But here's the grace. While their story warns us, it also points us to the cross. Because Jesus took the ultimate judgment upon himself, we are offered mercy instead of wrath, forgiveness instead of death. Ananias and Sapphira's story isn't just about fear, it's about truth. God calls his people to walk in honesty, humility, and reverence. And when we do, his church remains a light that cannot be extinguished. So today ask yourself, am I living for appearances or for God's truth? This story isn't about a harsh God. It's about a holy God who longs for a pure and powerful church. Like, share, follow, and subscribe for more biblical insights.